What's good, y'all? It's your boy Tony the Savant, back with another one. Hope y'all having a good to great day, man. And I know this video gonna get me in some hot water, man. And some of my political connects are huge fans of Mr. Tank, Mr. Javante Tank Davis. Um, and they get a little defensive right now. Start to go at Javante, but what's said has to be said. I am only obligated to my audience and to the truth and to my audience that likes hearing the truth, because if you like hearing the you know what I'm saying, the sugar coating, this channel may not be for you. I'm gonna give flowers where flowers are due, and I'm gonna give criticism where criticism is due. And Javante Tank Davis was at a time my second favorite fighter behind Errol the Truth Spence. I thought what a lot of my political connects think as well, that Javante Tank Davis was a generational talent, that Javante was levels ahead of his generation of guys. We talking Shakur and Ryan and Shakur Stevenson, Ryan Garcia, and Devin Haney. You know, at a time when these four dudes was still on their come up and getting a lot of press and a lot of, a lot of looks. At that time, I thought Tank was head and shoulders above his generation of fighters. But over time, I've been noticing that not necessarily that Tank ain't on these dudes' level, but that somebody knows something that we don't know. Case in point, somebody knew that Errol Spence was not on Terrence Crawford level. All right? I believe that. Somebody in the world knew that. And I'm not talking about you Bud Crawford fans that like the cap, because Bud Crawford fans are as arrogant. They're just as arrogant as Javante Tank Davis fans. I say that. But they become know-it-alls, you know what I mean, after Bud fights. Yeah, I think that's the primary difference. Bud Crawford fans think they are experts in everything. You know what I mean? As far as my knowledge, they know the business, they know how the boxing politics go, and all of this stuff just happens. That Terrence Bud Crawford is just unscathed in how all these things go. But this ain't a Bud Crawford video. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. What I do want to do is bring the light back to Tank. As far as comparing the situations, I believe that somebody knows that Tank Davis is legitimately not on Devin Haney's level. And that somebody that knows that is Floyd Mayweather. I think Floyd has built Tank Davis up and has gone out of his way to protect Tank, to ensure that he fights essentially C-level fighters. I'm sorry. I like Isai. I like I like Barrios. I like those dudes. But these guys aren't on the same level as Tank. And I would even go as far as to say they are C-level. And until I see Tank Davis fight Shakur or Devin Haney, because now the new rumor is that Devin Haney is too big for Tank Davis. Although Devin Haney been at 135 for 8 years, his entire boxing career, all of a sudden Devin Haney is too big for Tank Davis. But I don't think that's the case at all. I think that's just some propaganda that the Tank Davis camp started. the Tank Davis fans are keep going with it. You know, they run with the narratives, and I think that somebody in Javante Tank Davis's camp knows that Tank is a good fighter. Tank is a phenomenal fighter, but we got to keep this guy going against guys that we know that he can beat. You know, flat-footed, just happen to be Latino fighters. Uh, I can't think of the last time I seen Tank go against another quote-unquote black fighter, and I definitely can't think of a fight where Tank Davis was challenged or fought somebody that I thought was on or near his level. I can't think of a fight, and I don't think Ryan Garcia was that guy either. You know, let's be 100. Although Ryan fits into that category of just another Latino fighter that Tank Davis knocked out. Uh, I think that Floyd Mayweather knows something on the level of that Tank Davis is a phenomenal fighter. He's a good fighter, but Devin Haney, much like Floyd, is a master boxer. You know what I mean? And in fact, who was it? I got to find out. I think it was Chris Algieri who said this. As far as Devin Haney has a style that a lot of boxers wish they had. His style is the master boxer, which means that Devin Haney can do pretty much everything at an elite level. He can box forward at elite level. He can box you backwards at an elite level. He can box left, right, so forth and so on. You get the idea. His style is called the master. What I just say, master boxer or whatever, master class master boxer. So Floyd, knowing what he looking at, and also being, I don't know if he still is, but was definitely at a point in time a mentor of Devin Haney's. I think Floyd knows that if we put Javante Davis in that ring with Devin Haney, who is no longer associated with Floyd Mayweather, may I say, as far as we knows, then the milk train is over. Everything that Floyd built will come to a tumble because everything that Floyd has built as far as post fighting, you know, past his career, you can say Tank Davis is an embodiment of it. You know, as far as another legendary fighter that directly is related to, I mean, not related, but directly attached to Floyd Mayweather in a sense. Uh, yeah, you know, there's a lot more invested in Tank Davis than I think we understand. But I also think that Floyd Mayweather is the guy that's preventing this fight from happening because he knows what he's looking at. All right, he knows what he's looking at in Devin Haney. He also knows the limitations. He also knows the limitations and boundaries of Tank Davis. And does he do you really want to test those boundaries with a guy like Devin Haney? Of course not. Is there a guy out here that could get you ready per se for a Devin Haney? I don't think so. So what's the next best thing? Prevent the fight from happening. Play the political game as Tank Davis has been doing. Put the narrative out there that Devin Haney ain't did enough, or he ain't big enough, or he needs to do this, or he needs to do that. Because I recall, and me, as far as I've been covering boxing these past year or two, you know what I mean? I did my research through 2022, and I got the channel popping in 2023. So as long as I've been around, Tank Davis has been finding ways to get up out of this fight. You know, on several occasions. Devin Haney, I recall him after getting undisputed and beating Kambosos twice, calling out Tank Davis. I remember that. He called out Tank Davis, and Tank Davis and Leonard Ellerby and all, you know, I don't think Floyd really talked on it, but I do recall them saying that they wouldn't be forced to fight Devin Haney and that they'll forfeit the belts and all this kind of stuff. Like, cowardice behavior as a prize fighter. But again, I just think that Floyd Mayweather is the guy. I'm pointing my finger at him because who else? I think Floyd knows what Devin Haney is. He knows what Tank Davis is. And he also knows that, if Tank was to fall to the hands of Devin Haney, oh man, the circus is over. The Floyd Mayweather circus is essentially done. For the Tank Davis is Floyd Mayweather's venue to his spotlight. You know what I mean? He got to protect him at all costs. And you see a lot of these bigger boxing media channels will not call out Floyd for his crazy behavior. In fact, they kind of condone it. But nonetheless, maybe Floyd knows something that we don't know. Maybe we've been fooled to thinking that Tank Davis is something that he's not. And I know for sure that people have been telling me Devin Haney is something that he definitely is not. Devin Haney is the real deal. A lot of people, before I started covering boxing, full time, I used to hear about this preppy kid, and this kid with no power, and all this and the third. Now I'm seeing a master class. I'm seeing a master classman boxer who is separating himself from the pack. You know what I mean? I think we got to put it out there that Devin Haney is legitimately starting to look a little bit more legitimized than the rest of the guys in his class. One, because they won't fight him. Two, because he is calling them out. And three, he's the only one, and I know this is up for debate. Like I say, some of my political connects gonna hear this video and may not really like what I got to say about their guy Tank Davis. But as far as resumes go, Devin Haney is actually knocking off names now. After that Loma fight, you can say what you want about those other guys. The one thing that I say about the Kambosos fight was that he was going for greatness, and those were his fights that he attained undisputed and defended undisputed successfully. Nothing, neither one of those things Shakur or Tank Davis have even sniffed close to doing. Has even gotten close to doing. Either one of those things, becoming undisputed and then defending the undisputed. I'm just calling it what it is, man. Like I say, my boys out there, I love them some Tank Davis. I understand. I'm a Tank Davis fan too. But I want to see some fights. I want to see the best fighting the best. I don't see why or understand why these guys work their entire lives to get to these points where they're supposed to be fighting the legends and the other legends of their or the best of the best, the cream of the crop of their generation, and they just won't do it. They'll do everything except fight the other guy across the way that has as much accolades, names, recognition, and all that stuff. They won't fight these guys. What they'll do is go run off and fight some tomato can, and then look for us to, be like, oh yeah, man, he one of the best boxers of all time. Tank Davis is a knockout artist. Yes, that's true. But is Tank Davis a knockout artist with a technician like Devin Haney? If you can't hit that knockout shot, are you a knockout artist still? These are the questions that have to be answered. This is why we have to have the fight. And this is why you Tank Davis fans, I understand. I get it. I rock with y'all for the most part. But I don't understand why y'all keep protecting this man. I don't understand why y'all want to allow this man to just get out there and do what boxers are supposed to do. You know what I mean? Do what they get paid to do what they love to do what they've been doing their whole lives. I don't understand you boxing fans sometimes, but anyway, I don't want to keep dragging this video, man. That's all I got for y'all on this one. Please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. Y'all the bosses. I'm the guy that loves to work. Let me get back to work. Peace.